This is a 1953 Chevrolet 3100 short bed pickup truck. And it's kind of a old farm truck. It's a driving, maybe you might call it a project truck for some guys. For another guy it may be exactly what they're looking for, just to have an old farm truck. It's got the original foot pedal starter. The original interior, uncut dashboard, which is really nice. Of course, somebody did pop those little holes out there, or at least that side for some reason, but at least the whole thing's not cut out. So this is kind of an old barn find that pulled out of the barn and gone through, given a fresh tune-up, fresh points, you know, just a full tune-up, spark plug, wires, cap, rotor, points, new oil. The truck actually runs great. If you look at the steering wheel, see it's not wandering all over the road, it drives straight and true. I mean, I'm driving straight down the road right now, I'm not even having to steer at all. It's just very unusual. The speedometer's not working right now, nor the odometer, but it looks like the last time it did work, it said 71,000 miles. Brakes work. Believe it or not, I'm messing with the switch here because that's a vacuum activated windshield wiper. Believe it or not, it looks like it's wanting to work. It just needs to be loosened up. That's really rare. Looks like a 235. Running as it should. Still got the original air cleaner. And the guy who we got this truck from said they had gone through it, rebuilt the carburetor. You can tell it's got newer wires on it. Not smoking. Where's the exhaust? Let's show you that. In fact, it looks like it's got a newer exhaust on it. Yeah. So, it's one of the cool things about these old barn finds is that you've got, man, you know, I hear so many stories about barn finds, and if you do them right, if these old trucks and old cars too, I hear stories about Cadillacs and old Chryslers all the time. You know, if you drain all the fluids out, put some fresh, you know, heavyweight oil in them, go through the entire thing like you're supposed to, give it a good fresh tune-up, dial in the points and everything. A lot of times you get them to fire up and they run out great. So this is kind of just a cool old farm truck. It's got some rust on it. It's got a nice patina to it. And I'm just really kind of selling this as a project truck. A lot of times we'll take a truck like this and we'll clean it up a little bit, kind of fix up the rust, you know, give it a good engine detail. But this was the kind of truck to me that I see the value in this truck with the patina on it. It's kind of like we watched the TV show American Pickers and they talk about rusty gold. You know, like that's what this truck is to me. This is a cool truck to park out in front of your restaurant or your make this your parts truck at your shop, you know, run back and forth to the store because mechanically it's running great. The brakes work good, transmission shifts out good. If it was me, I'd probably put the original wheels back on it. I'm not into these wheels, but you could sell these wheels for more than you could buy original ones. These old kind of weld wheels, they sell pretty well. So I really see the value in the truck as it is. I like the fact that the windshield has, you know, and the windows have a cracks on them, or that, you know, there's a patina around it. Although that driver's windshield may need to be, you know, maybe that's a little too much for somebody to drive like that. Door panels there. Of course, that piece looks like it's ripped down. You know, a little rust down at the bottom of the door. A little rusty spot there. It does have the original VIN tag, and it doesn't look like it's ever been taken off or molested, which is nice. Hinge pockets look pretty good. I do have some spare pieces in here. There's a hinge pocket piece. There's a water pump gasket, looks like. A couple of corner pieces. Floor pan, got a little bit of rust on it. This is still, to me, not a rust bucket. You know, like, it's not like we found it in a field with a tree growing up in the middle of it. It's far from that, because the body's straight on it. The interior is pretty cool. Right now it's got this kind of old Mexican blanket seat cover on it. You know, that's what this is. It is what I'm advertising it as, which is like a barn find, you know, but it's running and driving. And I would jump in this truck right now and run go get parts in it at the parts store, you know, 15 miles down the road. But I do this every day too, so sometimes I forget that everybody's a little bit different about old cars. We drive these things every day, so we're used to them. Cab corner's got some rust on this side, a little worse than the other. You can buy the cab corner kits from LMC. They cost about $25 a piece, and you just cut them out and weld them in. Bed's looking like it's in pretty good shape. And I really can't say it enough on a truck like this. This is a truck that I personally would not, you know, do a bunch of restoration to. I think that this is cool. This would make a great rat rod, you know. Put some original style wheels on it. You know, paint them red. Put some white walls on it, maybe. You know, or whatever. Just frame rails are in good shape. Oh, let me take my hat off. You know, no major rust on any of the super important parts. When I say that, I mean like the frame's in good shape. Overall, the floor pans, in fact, there's the floor pans right there, you know, are good and intact. Frame mounts look good. A little less rusty on this side than it is on the other. Frame in the back looks good. Rear end looks good. See that it's got a new brake line. So it was pulled out, you know, and gotten up to running condition. Pulled out of the barn, gone through, brakes gone through. Transmission's shifting out great. Like I said, there's your floor pans underneath the seat in solid condition. Really looks like the only major rust on the floor pan is that centerpiece. It's that transmission access panel, which is kind of normal. Those had a tendency to rust out worse than the rest of the vehicle. I'll grab my hat. So anyways, I think this would make a cool project truck. It could make a cool rat rod. I think it'd make a great old farm truck. You know, toss some hay up in the back, ride the kids around. Parade truck. Like I said, I see trucks like this every day. We get 5 or 6 of these in a month, and when I see one like this, there's something about, there's a value in it being patinaed like this. You know, I see guys spend thousands of dollars painting them to look like this, and which to me is, I don't know, to me that's dumb, but to each his own. Everybody can spend the money the way they want to. To me, I'd rather buy one that's really, you know, got a faded paint job on it. But like I said, if you get up close to it, you'll see the body's actually overall pretty straight. Overall, the body's in, you know, straight and in good shape for what it is. And I just love these old trucks. They're super cool. Rusty gold. Well, there you have it. Short bed, Chevrolet, antique pickup truck.